Okay, in this video right now I'm going to show you how to get a six pack in just 3 minutes. If you want to learn how to build muscle or lose body fat, subscribe to this channel right now because that's what we teach on this channel. I'm going to split this video up into 4 different parts, and right at the end of this video I'm going to tell you how quickly you're going to get results based on where you're currently at, so how quickly you can see these results, but you'll have to wait until the end for that. Point number 4 that I have to make, and I have some very good news and some bad news as well. I'm going to get the bad news out of the way right now, but the good news, I promise you, is amazing and is actually going to help you get a six pack if you listen to me. So the bad news is there's actually no such thing as 3-minute six pack abs. Basically it's just a lie. It's things that people in this industry tell you because they're just trying to sell you products. They're trying to sell you a program that doesn't work. They're trying to sell you things. They're trying to make money out of you. And so as a beginner you don't understand what you're doing, as I didn't when I began, and you read all this information and you think that people are being genuine and trying to help you, and really they're not. They're just trying to make money out of you by telling you that you can get a certain result in a certain amount of time really quickly, which we all know deep down is actually impossible to do. It's all about just other people lying to you, and I want you to get ripped, not ripped off. So I'm going to actually show you a training program in this video so that you can get started with some exercises, but I'm also going to show you, more importantly, the strategy to actually get a six pack. So number 3, going down to number 1, as I said at the start, and this is actually the first thing that you need to do when your goal is to get a six pack, and that's to reveal the six pack. Every single person on planet Earth has a six pack. A six pack are just muscles, just like shoulders, just like the bicep, just like any other muscle. They're exactly the same. The challenge is we can't see them on most people because we have a layer of body fat covering it, whether that's an extra 10 pounds of body fat or an extra 100 pounds. We can't see the abs because we have body fat covering the abs, but the muscles are still there. So the first thing we need to do is work out how we can reveal the abs by losing that body fat or by burning that body fat. So now we know you have to lose or burn body fat. Now how do we do that? You do that by placing yourself in a calorie deficit. To do that, you take your body weight in pounds and times that by 10 to 14, anywhere in that range, and you can adjust your calories depending on your progress. So for example, if you was 150 pounds and you did 150 times 12, that would work out at 1,800. So that would be the number of calories you should aim to eat for that day, and you should do that all week. So the way the caloric deficit works is, if your body normally requires, let's say 2,200 calories per day to maintain your current weight, this means you're not gaining any body fat but you're not losing any either. If you was to then, let's say, minus 400-500 calories from that every single day, what would happen is your body still needs those extra calories. Your body doesn't just forget about the extra 400 or 500 calories, so it needs to take it from somewhere. Calories are basically just energy. So what the body will do is tap into your fat stores, or this belly fat that we have covering our abs, and use that stored fat as energy. All body fat is on our bodies, whether we have a little bit or we have loads of it, is just stored energy. So if you place yourself in a caloric deficit for a long enough time, your body will start eating and burning the body fat as fuel, which over time is then going to reveal your abs. I lay out a whole plan in my free ebook which you can download in the link below. So now that we know you need to be in a caloric deficit in order to burn body fat, how you know if you're burning body fat or not is by buying some weighing scales and weighing yourself each week on a Sunday morning or Saturday morning, the same time each week, on an empty stomach before you've drank any water or done anything. Go to the toilet and then go downstairs and weigh yourself in the same clothes, or maybe just in your underpants or your boxer shorts, and write that weight down. So maybe it's 150 pounds for you. Then next week you weigh yourself again, and let's say you're 149 or 48. Now you know you've lost body fat, which obviously, like we said earlier, over time is going to help you get leaner and leaner. If you haven't lost any body fat at the end of the week, then I don't want you to go into that victim mentality of thinking that you can't lose body fat. Every single person can lose body fat. It just means that you've made a mistake, and that's fine. I've done this hundreds of times when I first started out. It's absolutely fine. It just means you need to adjust what you currently set for yourself. Maybe you've made the mistake in counting your calories, maybe you counted them incorrectly, or maybe you just need to lower your calories for the day. You would make those adjustments, and then at the end of the next week, see if you've lost any more body fat. At any time you want to discuss any of the goals with me, just comment on the video and I'll answer you back. So now that you understand to get six-pack abs, you need to lose the body fat, and to lose the body fat, you get yourself in a caloric deficit. To stay consistent with that, you track your calorie intake, work out how many calories you need to eat per day, you track your calories by writing them down in a book, and then you weigh yourself at the end of the week to see what progress you've made so you can track your goals. That's the number one most important thing. But now I'm going to help you build thicker abs, because yes, you need to lose body fat, you need to lose that body fat to reveal the abs, but if you can do exercises to make those abs bigger and thicker, then they're going to pop more, which means you will have to lose less body fat before they start to show. So I want you to do these 3 exercises 3 days per week. So do Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. If for some reason that doesn't work for you, then do Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. It will take about 5 minutes, so don't tell me you don't have time to do this or that you can't do it. It's about doing it on those 3 days per week consistently for months, so that you can see results. So I'm going to split it into 3 sections, and the abs are more complicated than these 3 sections, but this is really all you need to know as a beginner. I'm going to go with the upper abs, the 2 abs at the top, the middle abs, the 2 just below that, and the lower abs, which are the hardest to see, at the bottom. So we're going to do 3 exercises, and all 3 is going to target either the upper, lower or the middle abs. So exercise number 1 is just your simple crunches. I'm going to put an image on the screen right now so that you can see how to perform them. You can also check out on YouTube some other videos on form, and also subscribe to this channel because I'm sure we'll be doing videos on form at some point down the line. But I want you to perform this exercise for 20 seconds followed by 10 seconds rest. So you have a mobile phone, just put the timer on. Do as many crunches as you can do in 20 seconds. With good form, it's not a race. You need to squeeze the abs and feel the muscles actually working, and then you would rest for 10 seconds. You would repeat this again and then 1 more time finally. So that's 3 sets there of that 1 exercise. Then move on to exercise number 2. So rest 10 seconds, move on to exercise number 2, which is going to be a reverse crunch. This is going to work the whole of the abs, putting the emphasis on the lower abs but also the middle abs. All of the abs are going to be worked by doing this exercise. That's why I love it so much, and it's beginner friendly as well. And again, 3 sets of this exercise. So you will go 20 seconds, rest 10 seconds, go again for 20 seconds, rest 10 seconds, and then finally 1 more set. So if you combine those together, you've got 6 sets in total so far with the crunches and the reverse crunches. Now the third exercise I want you to do is really going to target the lower abs. It's my best exercise for the lower abs, and that's leg raisers. And again, I want you to go with 3 sets for as many reps as you can possibly get, resting 10 seconds in between. Now, depending on your ability, you might not be able to do leg raisers. If so, pick one of the exercises that you can do very well, whether it's the reverse crunches or the crunches, and just go for double of that exercise if you can't do the leg raisers yet. Another thing I want to very quickly add is if you've never done ab exercises before, you might experience a lot of soreness in the abdominal region the next day, and that's absolutely normal and it's fine. But what you might want to do when you begin is train on the Monday, and if you're still sore on the Wednesday, you might want to completely miss the Wednesday session out and go to Friday, and then go back to Monday and Friday, and maybe after a few weeks you won't be as sore anymore and you'll be able to throw that day in on Wednesday so that you're doing the total of 3 days per week. So you can write the steps down, and this is my number 1 tip now that's going to tie it all together. Write all the steps of this video down on a piece of paper. It's going to help you follow it and know what you need to actually do to accomplish 6-pack abs. But this is my challenge to you. I want you to do this for 30 days in a row. And after the 30 days, I also want you to continue, but I want to focus on the small goal right now of just 30 days. So maybe get a piece of paper and write the days of the week out for 30 days, and every single day that you've completed it, put a tick in the box so that you know, today I've done what I needed to do. You can take one day off a week if you like, where you don't think about nutrition, or you don't think about anything to do with training and nutrition, and you just, maybe you go out with your friends, maybe you go eat dinner with your family, whatever that is. Maybe you want to schedule that day off as a Saturday or a Sunday, it's up to you. But I want you to do this for 30 days straight, including the exercises and the nutrition and losing the body fat and being in a caloric deficit. I want you to do that for 30 days straight. And if you actually do that every single day for 30 days, at the end of the 30 days, you will see improvements. Now, in terms of how quickly you will see results, depends on, one, how consistent you are and your work ethic. Are you actually doing the things I've said in this video, or you're just doing it when you feel like it or occasionally? And it also will depend on the level of body fat you already have. If you are at 15% body fat right now, you're going to see quite quick results. You will see noticeable differences in 30 days. You will clearly be able to see that you have less body fat, that you might start to actually see some abs, or for some people you might see your abs quite well actually after 30 days. If you are overweight or definitely obese, or above 20-25% body fat, then obviously you're not going to see abs, but that shouldn't be the goal for you anyway. You should just be happy that you have lost some body fat, because if you're in the deficit and you're overweight or obese, you will definitely see some results. You won't have a six-pack, that's obviously clear, we all know that, but you will have lost maybe 10 pounds, maybe 5 pounds, maybe 20 pounds, depending on how much body fat you have. And so that's making those steps every day to becoming leaner and becoming healthier and hitting your goals. And maybe a year from now, your goals might be to hit six-pack abs, but if you're quite far away, then you just have to be patient with it. So remember to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, and also download the free ebook. That's going to give you a guide on what else you can do to get in great shape.